Hey everyone, Sarah here. I just wanted to give you a quick overview of what an entire wedding project looks like. I know when I take a course, I like to just power through and I'll maybe implement a few things, but I just want the information and then I don't always go back and implement it. And I want to make sure that that does not happen to you. So what I have here is, this is a project that I edited a few months ago for a private client. She shot this wedding for her friend, and then she reached out to me through a mutual friend that we have and wanted me to edit it. So I have gone ahead and blurred out the people and their faces just for privacy because I don't have the rights to this video, but I just wanted to give you an overview of what editing a full wedding film looks like. So this beginnings portion, here I am just laying out all of the ceremony. You can see I have two different cameras. The green line in the middle is recorded audio. The blue lines beneath that are audio from the cameras, and the two blue lines on the top are the two different video cameras that are recording. So I laid out everything and then I colorized it, and then now I'm just going back and forth deleting portions of the ceremony so that we have our final video going through. So here I am just editing. When I work, I always lay out the ceremony first, but in this course, I'll be teaching it in a little bit of a different order so that you can learn step by step. You lay it out all first, all audio, all video camera angles, and then you adjust audio levels, and then you'll adjust the color on the video, and then you just go back and forth and edit it. Another reason that I blurred out the footage is because the footage doesn't really matter. What I want you to see is how much work goes on here in the timeline. This is really your main source. I'm pulling the files from over here in the project panel, and I'm watching them in the source monitor on the top left. But then after that, every single thing comes into the timeline. Everything is filtered through the timeline and is organized on the timeline and is fine-tuned right here on the timeline. So for this video, I want most of your attention to be right here on the timeline. Okay, so my ceremony is done. So here I am, I'm laying out the toasts. So this is all the toasters. And then I'm laying out the reaction shot from the couple. And then here again, I'm just going back and forth and editing them, just choosing the best angle. Usually with toasts, the best angle is the speaker, unless the couple has some sort of a reaction. Here I am laying out the first dance and the parent dances. So now I am going back and I am listening to the ceremony and I am editing portions that I think I might want to use in the highlight or in the feature. This is the timeline for the feature. I'm just marking my music And again, I'm going back, listening to audio from the toasts, and deleting anything I know I'm not going to use, leaving only the sound clips that I think I might want to use. So here I am, this is my highlight timeline. So I'm already laying out the highlight. The highlight film is the creative edit. It includes audio from the toasts, the ceremony, the vows, and also any portion of the day. It's the creative edit. That's what you think of when you think of a wedding film, is the highlight. You can see I'm zooming in and zooming out as needed. I zoom in when I'm laying something down so I can adjust its placement, so I can make sure that it lines up with the music. And I'm zooming out when I need to kind of get a big picture of where I am in the film and what needs to come next. So this is the portion of dances. I'm just getting a few samples of the dances, adding in some more toasts here. Here I am, this is the first look. I'm laying out the first look, and then I'm adding it right into my highlight video. In this course, we'll be learning things in a little different of an order than what I showed you here. First, we'll jump in with editing something fun called a wedding movie trailer, which is just footage set to music. Next, we'll be editing the formal dances, which includes the couple's first dance and the parent dances. After that, we'll be learning how to edit the toasts, and then the miscellaneous parts of the day, which includes anything that was shot by 2 or more cameras that I haven't already mentioned. And then we move on to editing the ceremony in full. And only then, after we've become very familiar with all the footage, do we start on the highlight film. I want you to learn how to do all of this. However, long term, if you decide you don't want to do maybe the creative edits, that's totally fine. There's definitely a market for editors who just edit ceremony, toasts, first dances, those sorts of things for a company, so that the owner of the company or so that their in-person team can focus much more on the creative edit, which is what most people who own video companies, they want to do this creative part. And so again, I want you're gonna learn how to do all of it, but if you decide not to do that professionally, then that's totally fine. You can see here that there's a lot of rearranging and just fine-tuning the footage in the highlight. You can see, I mean, this whole video is about 10 minutes long. I think it took me maybe 3 or 4 days of working, 6 to 8 hours a day to do this. I've just fast-forwarded and put it in about 1,000 times speed for you so that you get a feel of what to expect and what a full edit looks like. So you can see here, I'm almost finished with the creative edit. I've marked the in and out points on the timeline, and then I am compressing it to make a final video. And here is the final video. You can't see it. but it is done. Playing on a media player.